Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Kenton for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Kenton.
Thank you, Mr. President. Speak on the measure. Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to start by reading a quote. From all that has been presented to me, including the sworn testimony of the actual guilty parties, it is evident that Robert Mark Taylor was wrongfully convicted for a murder he did not commit. With the power vested in me as Governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I am hereby commuting Mr. Taylor's sentence to the time served and granting him the full and unconditional pardon that he has requested. Mr. President, I have to ask, for what crime was this simple paragraph written? For those who don't know, I'd encourage you to listen to the podcast called Taking Alex. Alex Taylor, a chef at the University of Kentucky, was driven around the town of Lexington, beaten and choked to death, his body stuffed in a barrel, and then he was thrown into the Kentucky River. Now, mercifully, for unknown reasons, this pardon did not get filed with the Secretary of State's office, but many, many others did, for murderers, rapists, and some of the worst in our society. Now, our system of justice is built on the idea that we do not grovel to kings for our freedom. We do not buy indulgences from a church. But instead, in this nation, we are judged by a jury of our peers. Was Mark Taylor in prison because of a prosecutor? No. Because of a police officer? No. Because of a grand jury? No. Because of a jury? No. He was in jail because of a system, because of a judicial system that is entitled to protect the rights of an individual while prosecuting crimes against victims. Pardons, especially those that are unlimited, as they are in the Commonwealth, short-circuit that system of justice. They eat away at the judgment of a police officer, a grand jury, a prosecutor, a jury, a court, an appellate court, a Supreme Court, all of which are designed for the most fair implementation of justice possible. Senate Bill 10 makes a small change to the unlimited power to pardon. Senate Bill 10 very simply says that if a governor wants to issue a pardon, that power is restricted to where it cannot be executed 60 days prior to a gubernatorial election and from the election until the swearing in of a new governor or the renewal of a term of the same. What this Senate simple constitutional amendment does is it asks the voters of the Commonwealth if, in the exercise of an unchecked override of justice, the person who exerts that power is responsible to then stand in front of the voters again or force his party to stand in front of the voters again. That's what this bill does. And Mr. President, if there are no questions, I would move for passage of Senate Bill 10.